What's going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today I am doing the next episode of the People's Republic of Turkey. Last time we really kind of just, I think we concentrated on the economy, but I would like to start off this video by thanking my very first patron on the website Patreon, Mr. Diogo Costa. He is now my first patron, and I would actually recommend you guys to go and support my Patreon. I am hopefully wanting to actually make a living off of this. Actually, I mean, not even make really a living, but I would just like some more support. There is actually some things I would like to do. There's a goal on my Patreon, in which if I raise $2,000, I will take a trip to Washington, D.C., and I will vlog the entire thing, in which I will basically tell you how the government works, and I will take videos and pictures of the insides of our judicial, legislative, and executive branch buildings, in which I will teach you guys on how the government works of the United States, which actually I am actually thinking about doing another video in which I will actually I will actually kind of try to explain how the governments of certain nations work, and that will actually be really cool. If you guys would like for me to do that, go ahead and leave a like on this video and comment about what you would think about that kind of idea. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and continue this. It looks like there is actually a bug going on in which the capitals of certain countries disappear. It's a bug I actually saw on another YouTuber, AlphaDeck, and he was trying to take over the world one time, and he tried to take over China, and their capital, Beijing, disappeared. So it looks like that Madrid and Washington, D.C. have disappeared. So that is unfortunate, but we are not planning on taking over these countries, so we do not have to worry about that. Some actually news that I've been hearing out of Turkey. Kurdistan is having a vote for independence soon. I believe it is sometime this week, and Kurdistan is actually planning on wanting to become an independent nation. So, if it votes yes, then Kurdistan, for one, will become the newest nation behind after Sudan, South Sudan, to declare independence from another country. And two, this is going to cause massive repercussions for nearby neighbors, in which Turkey has a Kurdistan region in which the PKK operates out of. The PKK is a terrorist organization in which they fight for the independence of a free Kurdistan in the Turkish region, and Iran also has a Kurdistan region. So, if this happens, then there will be serious repercussions for nearby countries. But I do believe Iraq is going to allow the referendum to happen. They are allowing that so they can self-govern, and plus they have more problems to deal with other than Kurdistan declaring independence. But so we are going to come over to housing. We're going to go ahead and continue to rehabilitate some more of our housing. Let's do 10,000. Go ahead and leave your comments down below on what you think about that. What do you think about a free Kurdistan? Should Kurdistan actually be able to make their own decisions, or should they stay with Iraq? It's like in my opinion, I mean, if people want to self-govern themselves, allow them to self-govern themselves. If they vote for it, they vote for it. If there is problems with the voting system, then it needs to be investigated. But at the same time, I do believe that if people are feeling oppressed, or if they don't want to, if they want their own rights to be protected, then go ahead and let it happen. So, let's go ahead and look at a few things. Currency. Inflation seems to be going up. We're going to go ahead and increase our interest rate to 5%. And then we are also going to look at taxes. I think we're going to go ahead and try to eliminate one tax at least. No, not the... Okay. Actually, we can go ahead and eliminate that. Paid to the state by a company that is laying off, that is tax calculated according to the level of pay of the relevant and is aimed at funding. Never mind, actually, we're going to leave that. As for another tax, what's something that we can eliminate? Or if we want to, we can go ahead and file for another tax that we would like. No. Tax on gambling, lottery, racing, and casinos. I think we're going to go ahead and do a sin tax. Going to go ahead and put that at 0.2% of the turnover. So that is being drafted. Tax exonerations for real estate, charitable organizations. How much is that going to cost? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and allow that. So people can, whenever they write a check to a charitable organization, then they can write that off under tax. So if you donate $3,000 to a charity in Turkey, then you can go ahead and write that off of your W-4 or whatever they have in Turkey, and they would be able to do that. So, we are still subsidizing agriculture, energy. What? There is a nuclear power plant being built. I forgot where it's being built. Oh, there it is. So when are you going to be done? 87 days out of 120? That seems good. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. We're going to increase your pay for the teachers. General education. And... so what's our revenues and expenditures? So we're making $416 billion while spending 414. So we're kind of making it close, but at the same time, I mean, we're doing pretty good at that. Number of teachers has gone up by 200,000 since the beginning of our term. So, what else? Generic departments. I mean, we're doing pretty good on spending more on our healthcare. Okay, consumption is illegal. No legalization for assisted suicide. And how much would this cost? That would cost at least a few billion from what that looks like. We're going to go ahead and raise that to about $50 billion. Okay, that threw us into a deficit, but we're going to go ahead and allow people to collect more pensions from the government. And that actually got us 26% and approval. Debt. We don't really have a lot of debt, no. Public debt as percent of the GDP. We are actually collecting more debt as of now. We have a budget excess. Surplus. I mean, if we run a deficit, I mean, as long as our deficit doesn't strain our economy too much, I mean, we don't really have to worry about it. But I mean, a strong country always has strong spending on their goods. So let's go to transportation. We're gonna go ahead and invest more into water and air transport. Actually, let's put a little bit more money in air transport, and then so we're spending a total of $20 billion on our transportation, and then we're obviously going to be building more highways for the time being. Service. I think we're going to go ahead and nationalize urban transportation. That'll be about $2 billion. That is fine. So let's go back and see how that works out. And then skip the next day, see if there's any disapproval because of that. Foreign policy and public sector is being liked, and we still are maintaining 100% approval rating. So, regulated foreign nationals. Launch massive operation to accompany illegals. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and launch a deportation campaign. Alright, we got protests. The homosexual community came out. Thought they were banned. Associations? Homosexual, they don't exist. I thought they became a terrorist group. And then
the rebels have stopped.
decree takes effect as today. And let's see what other things we can launch for restrictive and monitored. So let's go to Secret Service. Terrorists, terrorist funded. Terrorists infiltrated. Let's go ahead and dismantle. Possible dismantlement. We're going to go ahead and launch an attack on their organization. Organization being dismantled. Financial backer is France, Canada, Austria, and Norway. I think they may move Polish backing. Huh. So it's the Poles that are doing it too. What happened to all our terrorists that we were funding? Number of 5. Oh my god. They have over 9 million fighters. I think we're gonna go ahead and infiltrate them. His current popularity is at 51%. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me. I think we're gonna go ahead and form a new government. Which I think I'm gonna do this off screen. Or if you guys do want to watch me form a new government, then go ahead and tell me. Let's go ahead and check what kind of alliance we have with the Iranians. So let's go ahead and ask them for a military alliance. And then they accepted. So we are now in a Turkish-Iranian alliance. So we are now backing each other in case of an attack on each other. Let's go ahead and ask them for full rights. Okay, escorted back to the borders. 54,000 have left the country. Damn it. Yazid. Let's go ahead and ask him to come and visit so we can have an easier time at trying to become more of a friend and more of an ally. I think if we sign off on this deal, then we can definitely try try and become an ally. Or actually, not even that. We can actually leave NATO. So we negotiate again. Ask for if we can build a military base. And so we have actually been granted rights to build a military base. So let's see if we can get a second one in there. No, we cannot. Let's try it one more time. And we got a second military base in there. So let's go ahead and immediately start construction on a military base. I think the only ones we are going to do is build a land base, and we're also going to build an air base. I think the land base is going to be... We're going to go ahead and do it in northern Iran. Maybe, actually, let's go ahead and put it Zanjan. And that way we have close proximity to our own border, and we also have close proximity to Tehran. And then another military base would be an air base. So it would be wise to put it just about there, in the same province as Tehran, and that way we are now influencing our own sphere of influence. We are now officially allies with the Islamic Republic of Iran. So we are now building 2 military bases in the country. What the hell are these guys? Give the army the order to attack. And then let's also call for about 10,000 more troops that will protect our borders. Let's also ask for about 1,000 commandos. Let's also get more rockets. That'll be about $2 billion, and so We are going to be fully funding our military and make sure they are equipped with the weapons and missiles that they need. Let's go ahead and look at our Jihadist Caliphate. Financial backer, Brazil, Mexico, Taiwan, and Turkey, while we are supplying weapons to them. What's going on? This is the Battle of Dohuk. Let's go ahead and give our environmental sector more funding. Let's also ask for more waste recycle and garbage collection. Nuclear threats, we're definitely going to have to fully fund that. We're also going to be funding pollution, as well as putting a little more into preparation. None of these are going to be on low. Alright, it looks like we did get our nuclear power plant built. We are now a strong nuclear generated nation. So let's actually go over here. I want to see what our nuclear weapons are looking like compared to the world. So let's come over here. Nuclear warheads. We have 22 active nuclear warheads ready for use. We are just along with Israel and India. So we are going to continue building up our nuclear arsenal, as well as ask for about 100 nuclear weapons. I'm going to see what kind of strain that is actually putting on our uranium supplies and see if we actually have to produce more uranium. I think I can go ahead and ask for about $500 million in subsidies to that, and nuclear electricity. Let's see who's working in that. About 4 people. Yeah, that's realistic. Where are you? You're producing about 21.84 terawatts of nuclear energy, while you are producing the same amount, so they produce all the same amount. Energy. So fossil electricity is 30.5%, hydraulic electricity is 25%, nuclear electricity is 40%. In the comments below, go ahead and give me your opinion on what you think of nuclear energy. Do you think we should switch to nuclear energy, or do you think that nuclear energy is bad for the environment? But either way, I will see you guys in the next episode. I am very, very happy that my Patreon is now getting subscribers to my community. That is one of the best things that I would really ask for you guys to do. That if you do donate to my Patreon, I will be releasing exclusive content just for my patrons, and I will ensure that you guys are not forgotten. And it would also help me out. It would also help my channel out, and I would really like for you guys to help me out. And if we make enough in revenue and stuff like that, I will be taking trips to make more content in which, like, I mean, just like I said, I will go to like Washington D.C. and I will make a vlog on how the government works. And I am also, without patron support, this is actually just going to be a new idea that I'm going to go after. I'm going to be releasing videos on how the nations of the world and their governments work. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully that video comes out soon. And again, go support my Patreon. I'll put the link in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next video.